A number of Democrats still pushing a long shot goal when it comes to President Trump. You heard it right there.
Fox News contributor and former George W. Bush contributor William McGurn, Bill McGurn, speechwriter, joins us. That's not exactly a winning message, right? Impeach the president. That's what they're going with. That and resist. And you wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal.
My view is that the resist message, which is very popular with the base, undermines impeachment, for which you need a majority in the House, because it offers people nothing. It's a very polarized campaign. And so the last time the Democrats won, when Rahm Emanuel took back the House in 2006, he picked good candidates, even if they were slightly less liberal than he would have liked in these districts, and that's how they took back the House. There's nothing like that going on today. They have a few military veterans, but there's no message, and they're targeting folks like Dan Lipinski in Chicago, who's had his seat for 7 terms because he's too pro-life and anti-Obamacare. It doesn't seem that this is the way to a majority in a year where they have a lot of advantages.
So there's 2 things, Bill. How to get a majority, number 1, and number 2, what to do if you get the majority. So what would be the reason? Don't you think there's a danger of trying to impeach someone because you don't like them? What are they basing the impeachment on? Because you have the majority in the House?
Right. Well, it's up to Congress what they want to impeach a president for.
It's
not well defined, right? So they can impeach him for whatever they want.
But do they understand history?
The question is getting to the number to do that. And I think the resist movement, you saw it on the tax reform bill, right? Not a single Democrat voted for the tax reform. As a result, good news about the economy is bad news for them. They kind of have to the same thing on immigration. The president made an offer on immigration, I think fairly generous given how he campaigned. And a lot of the Democrats would rather have the issue. They also were willing to close down the government, for the DACA people who are here illegally. So
and that blew up.
So it takes out, they can't campaign and say, I'm a guy who's going to go to Washington, work with the other side to get things done.
Right.
They're taking that away from themselves. And I'm just not sure that's the path to a majority. They'll probably pick up some seats because it's midterms. And again, there's a lot of swing seats in suburban districts, where college-educated women will be big players, and that's not a constituency President Trump does well among.
Right. What do you make of the fact that apparently the generic congressional poll, which party would you prefer to have in control in Washington, D.C., looked like the Democrats were ahead by 15 about a month ago.
Right.
And now the Republicans are up by 1.
Right. Well, it'd be easy to say that's great for the Republicans, but 2 weeks ago when the Democrats were up, I talked to a Republican. He said the generic doesn't always have that much to do with the specific race, which are specific issues. Local. And one of the things that we're going to have is that people forget in this era of Donald Trump, he's very polarizing, very divisive, right? But Nancy Pelosi is much less popular. So in a lot of these cases, say they get a reasonable candidate, they're going to say a vote for Joe is a vote for Speaker Pelosi.
Interesting stuff. All right, Bill McGurn, thank you very much.
Thank you.